The information provided in this video is intended to be for educational purposes and is not intended to be prescriptive or provide financial advice. The presenter and/or host of this video is not responsible for the choices you make regarding your student loans or consolidating debt. You should consult your loan servicer or other financial professional before consolidating loans or making any changes to your loans or loan payments.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron Warner from NEA Member Benefits, and today I'm going to be walking you through the student ed website that talks about and deals with Perkins Loan Cancellation, also known as Teacher Loan Cancellation. So this is just a site walkthrough. This is not recommending any course of action other than just to show you some of the things that come up often. I hope you'll find the information helpful as you seek cancellation of your Perkins loans.
Okay guys, this is a walkthrough of the student ed website for Teacher Loan Cancellation, or sometimes known as Perkins Loan Cancellation. I always started Google. It's an easier way to be able to pull up information on the student aid website. So let's put in Perkins. And in this case, the first result is Perkins Loan Cancellation and Discharge. Now, before I get started, something that's not pulled up here, I'm going to go to this tab, and it just says basically that Perkins loans were permitted through June 30th, 2008. And the last loans, they basically ended the program on September 30th, 2017, and then final disbursements were through June 30th, 2008. You can see my highlighter flash in here. So they're not doing these loans anymore. Not a lot of people have them, but they are out there. So when you go to the site, you're going to see, as I go through here, I do have some highlighted areas already highlighted for you, and so if anything you see in green, that's positive, just good information. If it's in yellow, it's noteworthy. If it's in red, it's going to be something you want to be careful. So kind of the stoplight colors, and then anything that's in purple is a link, and I'll show those links as well. So Federal Perkins Loan Cancellation, this is the page that you get to when you search. So you want to go here and go to this site and learn all this information. I'm just pointing out a few things that are going to be of interest. So what are the eligibility requirements? You qualify for up to 100% of your federal Perkins loan if you've served full-time in a public or nonprofit elementary or secondary school. So that's 100%. It takes 5 years to get there, which, I mean, you'll see here as I go through, but you can be a teacher in a school serving students from low-income families, special ed teacher, teacher in the field of math, science, foreign language, bilingual education, some other details there. But eligibility for a teacher cancellation is based on duties presented in an official position description, not on the position title. So it's the description of the position that's going to make the difference of you qualifying or not. But so who's considered a teacher? Teacher is someone, including, for example, a school librarian or guidance counselor who provides elementary or secondary school students with direct services directly related to classroom teaching. Coming on down, if you teach at multiple schools, you still can qualify. Teaching at low-income schools. So a cancellation based on teaching in a school serving students from low-income families will be granted only if you taught in an eligible school as determined by the state education agency. To be considered a low-income school, the school must be in a school district that qualifies for federal Title I funds in the year for which cancellation is sought. Also, more than 30% of the school's enrollment must be made up of children in the Title I program. So, how do you know if your school is Title I? We've got this link here, online database. So I'm going to click that, and It's this TCLI directory, and I'm going to highlight that for you in green. And this directory is where you go to search for your school in the years that you are wanting to qualify. So I live in Florida, and let's just say I was starting to look in 2013 and 14. So you can put in the name of your school here, which is a very narrow search. It may not find it. You're better off to put in your school district under location. So this is the better spot to search. And so I'm in Broward School District, so I'm just going to put Broward in there. I guess I didn't put the type correctly, but it doesn't matter. It'll still find it. So all of these schools listed here, Broward County schools, are eligible and have more than 30% Title I funding apparently. So there's 262 records. So there's 262 schools, and that's how many were eligible, that if you taught in one of these schools that you're eligible. So let's go to 2016-17, and let's see how many more schools may have been in. So they've added schools basically. So now there's 287 records or schools that are eligible for this program. So that's how you find your school. So I'm going to close this out and go back to Perkins Loan Forgiveness page. So it says here, if you provide one of the services listed below, you qualify as a teacher only if you're licensed, certified, or registered by the appropriate state education agency for that area in which you are providing related special ed services. And the services you provide are part of the educational curriculum for handicapped children. And so here's a list of those services. And then if you're teaching in a designated subject shortage area, so you can look here on what the subject shortage area is, but then there's another link that's important to note. And so let's go to click this link, Teacher Shortage Areas Nationwide Listing. So click that. And it's going to give me this PDF list. Well, these are searchable links. So I could either do a search, or I know I live in Florida, so I'm going to click Florida, and it's going to show me the subject shortage fields by year. And so I can use that list to determine my eligibility. So what amount can be canceled for teaching services? Again, I mentioned 100% of the loan may be canceled for teaching service. I mentioned that earlier, and these are the amounts per year that are canceled. So 15% canceled per year for first and second years of service, 20% canceled for the third and fourth years, and 30% for the fifth and final year. And each amount canceled per year includes the interest that was accrued during that year. So that's a good thing. These are other areas that qualify for Perkins Loan Cancellation, and I've just highlighted the ones that generally apply to education. So Perkins Loan Discharge, not a lot of federal loans apply for discharge under bankruptcy, but federal Perkins loans do apparently. And then Perkins Loan Cancellation and Discharge Summary Charge is just, again, I'm highlighting 15% for the first and second year, 20% third and fourth year, and 30% for the fifth and final year. And then the very bottom down here, as of October 7, 98, all Perkins loans borrowers are eligible for cancellation benefits regardless of when the loan was made or the terms of the borrower's promissory note. However, this benefit is not retroactive to services performed before October 7, 1998. But at the bottom, we have applying for cancellation or discharge, and this is in red, and for a reason. Application for cancellation or discharge of a Perkins loan must be made to the school that made the loan or the school's Perkins loan servicer. The school or its servicer can provide forms and instructions specific to your type of cancellation or discharge. Basically, you have to go through your school to get cancellation. It's up to them. And if they have a loan servicer that they want you to work with, then you'll have to work with that loan servicer. So these are kind of the important details that I've highlighted here. Of course, when you go to the page, they're not going to be highlighted on your page. But these are the important pieces that, as I've talked to folks in the field, that seem to come up the most and I get the most questions about. And I'm going to also provide some links to other areas of loan forgiveness, and I hope that you'll find those helpful as well.